Welcome to my lesson on inking with a Crayola marker. We're going to be exercising our wrist movement and the way we hold our marker. We're going to be starting with some lines in this quadrant of the paper. So we come in lightly, give me a second. We come in lightly and let go, come in lightly, thicker and let go, come in lightly, thicker and let go. If it looks a little different each time you do it, that's okay. Your eye is going to start getting used to what you do with your hand and when to use it on your drawings. So if it's in different shapes and forms, that's okay. And let's again, like we did with the pencil, do the whisker. So we start firmly on the bottom and then up and let go. Let's do a V with a whisker in the middle. It's like a down arrow. And let yourself go thicker and thinner on the way out. Thin, thick, thin, thick, thin. Let's do some slants. Kind of looks like rain. Let's do some waves over here. You can go thinner, thicker, thinner, and thinner, thicker, thinner, thicker, thinner. Let's do them in this direction. Thick to thin. Now let's try thin to thick. This can be used for a lady's eyelid. It's kind of like a lash. Thin to thick. Sorry, that's thick to thin actually. Thin to thick here. Once again, this makes a really good lady's eyelid. And you can just add more eyelashes like that. And that's a lady's eye right there, for example. Let's do our curl over here. And notice how the middle of my shapes are getting thicker when the outside of my shapes down here are a little thinner. That's what I really like about this type of marker. It's cone shaped at the tip, so you can make it thicker and thinner just by putting a little more pressure or moving it to the side. For example, this is just me using the side of the marker. See how much thicker that is? Just the side makes it so much thicker, but if we just use the tip, it's very thin. This is kind of like a bird's beak. Let's do it upside down. Let's do some round shapes now. Round square, round square, rounded triangle, let's do some different ellipses. Some downward rounded triangles pointing down. Alright guys, so those were our exercises for using a black Crayola magic marker. Getting used to making movements like this with your wrist and the amount of pressure you put down on the tip and the cone of the marker will get you different effects. I think these are very much like things that might come into play when you're shading a character. If you're using lines to shade, this is going to be very useful to you to practice. This is more for if you're making shapes, like the outlines of somebody's body, like shoulders, their bottom, eyelids, eyelashes. So this will be for a lot of human shapes. This, to me, I think of water. I think of, what else comes in that shape? Teeth. Sometimes monsters have teeth in those shapes. What else? So this is a little more, you see it a lot more places in nature, in animals, in people. I don't know, I guess for hair. For hair I would use this shape a lot. This is, it would be more used in pencil for a lot of these circular shapes, because of all the forms that you're making out of these shapes to make the human being aren't necessarily something you're going to be inking with marker. But this is just a good exercise in round shapes and connecting round shapes, like some of these are connected a little better than others, so I can always practice a little more on that. So that's where these come into play. And once again, if you're ever just wanting to exercise your drawing wrist with marker, these are great to use for exercises. See you in the next video. Bye.